you can give it with that specific example. And areas of improvement. So here again 3:1, 3:1. And again, you want to close it with a positive conclusion. It could be a summary of your evaluation also to sum it up, and then you can say just the points and close it in a positive note. This is the medium template. And then we have the advanced template. This has a few things, whether it was an informational speech, inspirational speech, or humorous speech, whether project objectives met. Was the speaker credible? Say somebody is coming and talking about yoga. If they are not even practicing yoga and they don't even have much knowledge about yoga, if they're talking about yoga, you will be able to see that they are not able to speak with that conviction. And whether the speech is interesting, how was the opening, how was the body, how were the transitions, and in the delivery again, so many factors are here, right? So that's why this is an advanced template. Each thing you can look for: body language, eye contact, posture. Are they slouching, or they are like straight? And enthusiasm, confidence in the speech. How was the grammar usage? How were the pronunciation of the words? Once somebody used a word, pronounced the word incorrectly, and it led to a wrong meaning. If something like that is truly important in a speech, then you can call that out. How sincere they were with the speech that they delivered. Did they use any simile, metaphor, descriptive words? And was the word of the day used? If it is a club speech, you can always say if the word of the day was used, and what you liked specifically about the speech and what you suggest. So if you see this template, what you liked is like big portion, and what you suggest is like very small. So that is the ratio we would like to keep. So moving on from the templates, we'll move to the next slide. I hope my entire screen is visible, right?
Are the slides visible to everyone?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. And here we have three methods. These are like acronym methods. So CRC is the standard sandwich technique. If you're going for a contest, you can always say, I'm going to use the CRC technique. I'm going to use the globe technique or the flaps technique. That has your score for the technique that you're using. And what we say and how we say both matters in evaluation and feedback. What we say needs to be specific to their speech. You can't just memorize some evaluation from somewhere for some speech and go deliver it to them. It has to be tailored for their speech. And how we say it, we want to say it in a very nice tone using positive and encouraging words and solution oriented recommendations. We don't want to come off as criticizing or something. So CRC technique is a very common technique. We will start with the recommendations, what speaker did well. Then we go to the recommendations, gentle suggestions for improvement. One or two key recommendations should be good even for the contest. The ballot shows the ballot has recommendations, 30 points. So at least two recommendations because it is recommendations. It's not recommendation. And then again, we close it with commendation, one or two good things. Coming to globe technique, this is again the easy technique to remember: gestures, language, organization, voice, and eye contact. At least one or two will be an improvement area in any speech. So you will automatically get three positives and two recommendations mostly. Then you can use this technique and go for it. And there are some questions which you can go through, and you can you can use those questions on the speech where the gestures are natural and supportive of the message. How was the language? Was it vivid, impactful? How was the speech structure? Was it clear and logical, chronological? How was the voice? Monotonous, expressive, well paced, clear? Eye contact, did the speaker connect with the audience? Did they ask any questions and wait for the audience responses? All those you can look for. And coming to the flaps technique, this technique is suitable for vocal variety projects. How was the fluency? How was the language? How was the articulation? Whether proper pauses, whether strategic pauses they say, where you're trying to create an impact or trying to give a message, you slow down, you pause, and then you deliver the message so that it lands. And after you deliver the message, you give that 1 or 2 seconds so that it gives the impact. And stress. stressing on the right word in a sentence, right? That is also important. You can look for it. And yeah, evaluations are the backbone of any Toastmasters meeting. They can make or break any person. And when it comes to the Toastmasters meeting, general evaluation is there, and there is a prepared speech evaluator. So prepared speech evaluator evaluates a particular prepared speaker for the project objectives and the speech itself. The general evaluator will be evaluating the whole meeting. You can apply the similar concepts for the general evaluator also. You can use the sandwich technique. You can appreciate everyone and one or two recommendations you can give in the middle and then sandwich it. Moving on, we want our objective as an evaluator is to energize, empower, and encourage. Energize, we want to appreciate the good that we seen in the speech, at least three positive things. Keep it genuine, no flattering. If you flatter, people will know. So keep it from the heart and genuine. Appreciate the real good things. And then we want to empower. Empower is like we want to give value by suggesting the recommendations. The recommendations gets 30 points on the ballot. So you want to give at least two recommendations, maximum two recommendations. And if you find so many recommendations in a speech, try to do the top two. Try to find out and filter the top two. And add with how and why. Say, for example, if I don't have proper eye contact, how can I improve the eye contact? And why eye contact is important? So that people will not be defensive or they'll not get offended when we give the feedback, because now you have added how they can improve it, and also you are telling why it needs to be improved, so they will get into a more of an acceptance mode. And keep it specific and logical with examples from the speech. Maybe like when you said your father passed away, you could have paused there and lowered your tone. Then my dad passed away, so that the emotions are conveyed in the tone, something like that. You can do it and also show. You can show it actually. And the third part in any evaluation is to encourage. The purpose of the last part is to encourage them to give the next speech, or it could be to encourage them to participate in a speech contest, or it could be to encourage them to take up a club leadership role or district leadership role, etc. So energize, empower, encourage. This itself is also a technique. You can use it as a technique, or you can just keep it in your mind, like whenever you're giving an evaluation. Am I covering the energize, empower, and encourage in my evaluation? The next part, the most difficult part, right? It's so easy to give feedback. The hardest part is to receive feedback. I have been there. We have all been there. And the mindset we want to develop here is feedback is a gift. Accept any feedback as a gift. You would not say like, I don't want this gift, that gift, but whatever gift comes, you accept it. Listen without interrupting, without getting defensive. Sometimes people might not give feedback to you in a tone that you would like to hear. You need to be you need to be strong enough to hear even that. You have to remove the tone and take only the feedback. You need to make yourself strong to get there. That is how growth happens. Focus even if it is hard to hear, right? They say the words are only 30%, the rest is body language, right? 70% is tone and body language, and some people are really, they can be hard and harsh in giving feedback. I think we are at 15 minutes, is it? Yeah, yeah, we are almost getting there. So focus even if it is too hard to hear the feedback, and try to remove the tone and listen to what the feedback is. And if you are not clear with the feedback, ask questions in a curiosity mode, summarize and confirm it back to them. Is this what is the feedback that I have to work upon? And sometimes you can also ask them how I can improve upon. What do you have any suggestions or solutions how I can get there? And tell them thank you for the feedback. Thanks for sharing the feedback, whether you're going to take it or not, whether it landed harshly or whatever. Try to say thank you for the feedback, and try to analyze what, why and how you can develop it, and decide the action to take to grow. And not all feedback are treated equal, right? So many people will give you feedback when you go deliver speeches. You don't have to take all the feedback. Sometimes you have to collate all the feedback, give it to the mentor, and pick and choose which feedback you have to actually work upon. And if some feedback are getting repeated from different evaluators from different clubs, then probably yes, you have to start giving priority to that feedback and start working upon it. So a little bit on the evaluation speech contest, there are 4 items on the ballot: analytical quality, recommendations, technique, and summation. 40, 30, 15, 15 is the score. Try to plan the time accordingly. In analytical quality, you can use the techniques that I have listed above, and try to give at least 2 recommendations along with why they had to do that and how they can do it. And coming to technique, yeah, it could be CRC, flaps, or grow, or any technique you can use. And don't forget to summarize your own evaluation, right? You don't have to summarize the test speaker's speech. Try to give a summary of your own positives and recommendations. Plan your time. It is all going to be within 3 minutes. Anything beyond 3 minutes, 31 seconds will be disqualified. And this is a little bit about the contest. 5 to 7 minutes test speech will be presented. It will be a surprise speaker. They will not give you any project details or objectives. After that, you will have 5 minutes preparation time, and then you have to hand over the notes and go to the breakout room. You will get access to the notes once you're back. 2 to 3 minutes is the time. If your evaluation is less than 1 minute 30 seconds, which is 129, is disqualified. If it is more than 330, which is 3 minutes 31 seconds, you will be disqualified. So now we'll move to the questions part. Hope we have at least 5 to 7 minutes for questions, right? Timer. So I'll now open the floor for questions.
DTM Priyank, can I ask the first question?
Yeah, sure.
So my first question is, whenever while taking a feedback or while giving a feedback, the recipient may not agree. The recipient may disagree with whatever feedbacks were given or taken. How do we handle that
So our
from both
part
sides?
ends after we have given the feedback. Whether they are going to implement, take it, that is up to the speaker. We can't force anybody choke on their neck like you have to listen to this feedback and fix it. And in accepting feedback also, there are stages, right? First, we will be defensive in a stage where we are like, we think like I'm perfect, I don't need any feedback. We will be in that stage. And then we move to when we listen the same feedback from multiple people or multiple sides, then we will be like, maybe probably something is, there is something I can improve. This might be 50% true. We will come to that stage. And then the third stage, we'll be like, yes, at that time what would have happened is some consequence would have happened by that time. Some you would have faced because you didn't fix that improvement, something would have happened which impacts you. Then from that you will be like, okay, now I have to make a change, I have to implement this feedback. And after that you will make the feedback. Then you will also start seeing people will start to comment. It will start coming in your commendations instead of recommendations. At that time you will feel like, yes, it's done. So it goes through like 3 stages. Some people don't move past the first stage also. They will be like defensive, they won't take feedback, then they won't grow. That is why we have to take any feedback we have to take. It might be 50% true, and whether we are going to work upon it or not, we are not work upon it, it will depend on how frequently you are getting that feedback.
Thanks a lot. That answers my question. Toastmaster Meenal, I think you can speak. I'm unmuting you.
Uh, Toastmaster DTM Priyank, I want to ask. I attended a meeting online of another club, like Dronacharya Toastmasters Club. There, what I saw was that there was one speaker. Generally, the practice amongst our club is like we have one speaker and we have one evaluator. But over there, there were two speakers. But what they did was one speaker was evaluated by almost three evaluators. So like can that be done? Like there was a keynote speech, there was a keynote speaker who was like, there were three people and they had taken the evaluation from all three of them. And the evaluation was not of, like a lengthy one, but maybe hardly 1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah, some clubs do round robin evaluation when they don't have a dedicated evaluator. We also do it in one of our District 13 clubs. When we don't have a lot of evaluators, only one evaluator is there, or somebody is not comfortable to evaluate because the project is a bigger project like level 3, level 4 and all. They will go for a round robin, and we won't have time. If 4, 5 people have to evaluate for 2 to 3 minutes, that's a lot, right? So we'll go with something called as PIP. PIP is price, improve price. So we'll say one good thing quickly what we liked about the speech, one area to improve, and one more good thing, so that it is also sandwiched. But they don't have to go with PIP. They can also go with one good thing and one recommendation also they can go. And there is no hard and fast rule, like only one evaluator has to evaluate a speech. Even for your club meetings, if somebody is really looking to fine tune their ISC speech or their humorous speech, you can go for multiple. It's like evaluation marathon. And even for evaluation contest practice, right? You can have one test speaker and then you can have multiple speakers, multiple evaluators evaluating the same speech. And
Thank
some advanced clubs, they do multiple evaluators on one speech.
Okay.
So that has also become a practice nowadays, because people want to improve their evaluation, and some speakers, they want to improve quickly, they want to improve fast, so they like to take feedback from multiple people on the same speech.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Any other questions? Timer, how much time we are left with? 4 more minutes. Okay. So maybe I will quickly share my screen and show the summary slide, because we have few more minutes. So this is the summary slide of whatever we discussed so far. Champions are not born, they are made. The 5 different types of speeches: informative, persuasive, inspirational, entertaining, and demonstrative. And we discussed about the 3 templates: simple, medium, and advanced. And 3 methods: CRC, glow, and flaps. Feedback is the breakfast for the champions. And best wishes for your contest and club level evaluations. If at all a contest is coming around, go take the leap. Don't be shy. We have had many Toastmaster members who have not even delivered their icebreakers. Go and try evaluation speech contest. It's just for 2-3 minutes, and you already have some techniques. You have the opening and conclusion. All you need to do is fill up the blanks in the body and then go give it a try. And if you like to read more about the evaluation tips, here is the QR code of my Insta page. The page is available in the same name on LinkedIn, Facebook, and on WhatsApp also. It's not about getting daily tips, right? It's about how you're taking the tips and implementing in your evaluation. That is what counts. So knowledge, if used. Yes, this deck is already shared with the club. I can also share the tiny URL link in the chat after this session. I'll give a small pause here if there are any other questions. And I would like to now pass the control back to the
Thank you,
beautiful, bright
DPM.
Toastmaster of the evening.